Welcome back, everybody. I am Zargram Xanders, Magician Extraordinaire, and today we are playing more Twitch Plays D&D. How is everyone doing? How is your Wednesday? I see we got Emo here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have, like, one person in, but I'm hoping we can get some, some other people as... Really? Really? As soon as we start, you're gonna do that... I was doing great, Mo. Ask me what changed about that. Oh my god. Okay. Anywho, yeah, I'm hoping we can play some Twitch Plays D&D tonight. Thank you. Anyways, yeah. Hopefully we can get enough people to play some Twitch Plays D&D. Because if it's just one person voting, it's kind of not the same thing. Alright. So, anywho. I've been thinking about, how Twitch Plays D&D goes exactly. I'm wondering if I should make pre-made assets for stuff. And save time drawing. That might spare me some time. But at the same time, what if I started using stuff like Foundry? But then there isn't really a broadcast mode for Foundry, so that might not work. Because otherwise you're going to see everything I see, because I'd be the DM. I don't know. Food for thought. Food for thought. Well, yeah. What I mean by pre-made assets, I mean like I already make the monster drawings, I already make the background drawings, and that way, you know, we don't have to wait for me to draw every time. But then again, it can be a little bit more funny when I just make up stuff on the spot. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to update the category and says, waiting for more players. Boom. And while we wait for more people to file in, the time is not the issue. The time zone is. Well, I'm doing this at 6 p.m. my time. I don't know what time it is. But I think Tarth will be coming. I hope the others will be able to come too. You know, I just realized something, Mo. You know how you play Space Station 13? You could make a I know there's fantasy servers for... Ow! Ow! Hi, Tarth. You could make like a D&D type private server using like the fantasy versions of SS13. Let's see who's actually here now. We have Mo, and Tarth isn't showing up on the list. Hi, Tarth. I started, and Mo immediately activated the gender swap curse. Like, almost immediately. Well, now that we got someone here, why don't I, change that. Neverwinter Nights creative tool. What the heck is that? Hang on, I gotta actually... one of you, and then we're gonna move these to new tabs. No, new windows, that's what we want. There we go. Alright. Sorry, I'm just setting up the other scene while we wait for people. Okay, so here's the kicker. While in the past, I've experimented with AI for certain things. These days, I don't think I want to use it. Because I'm kind of close to the art community, and I don't like how it negatively impacts them. So I used to experiment a lot more with AI. In fact, I had this whole like intro, like theme song, and I wrote the lyrics, but the song itself was AI generated. And as time went on, I started feeling a bit guilty, and I realized, you know what, maybe I shouldn't incorporate this anymore. So I kind of stopped using it. I appreciate your suggestion, though. There was a campaign once where I did use some AI pictures, but the players are kind of happy to transition away from those after a while. So, yeah, I flirted with AI stuff. I flirted with it, but eventually I figured it just wasn't working out. Right. Never went... Oh. Wait, this looks like an actual, like, game, Tarth. The problem I have with... Well, Tarth, the problem issue I have is that I do stuff so unusual and so bizarre that it's not usually made as an AI as one of my players. I mean, I could... Yeah, okay, so Tarth is saying it is... Hey, Yuri, welcome in. An AI player, that sounds interesting. I don't know how I feel about that just yet. I'll have to get back to you on that one, Emma. Anyways, welcome Yuri and Tarth. Good to see you. You can make your own campaigns. I bet you can, just like with, what's it called? Divinity 2 Original Sin. You could do that as well there. It's just, I tend to not like too in-house stuff because if it's such a high production value, you can't really make your own thing. Like, what if I want to go to the intercosmic shopping mall of the Zizatar, where everything's made out of flesh and weird stuff like that? I have to make all those assets myself, and it's easier just to draw it than it is to like make all the assets for a big fancy tool like that. The reason I like Foundry is because you can make all the assets and draw them and then import them. When you have high production value games like that, you're kind of limited to what they got unless you know someone who can do modeling for you. Oh, I'm sure you can import your own OBJs and stuff like that, but that's now a lot more prep time. So only if I was like a professional DM would I consider something like that. You made a flesh fiend. Right. Okay. Anyways, let me get things set up with the scene for this. So just a sec. Yes, I inferred that you could, Tarth. I inferred that. Oh, you can't infer. You can't import them. I don't know if I want to do that, but okay, we'll do one of these. Open up the character sheet. Boom. Yes. Oh, right. I just saw where we were before. All right. Okay. Oh, the music's already on. Whoopsies. There we go. Alright, well, we had a big, weird adventure last time. You guys seem to prefer it when we do the eccentric, bizarre adventures. I mean, I'm not complaining, but those kind of take a lot more out of me. Those are kind of a lot more tricky, because now I have to be a lot more random than usual. So, what's going on here? Okay. There it is. Okay. What do you mean, cuz sheesh? I made Fipo. He's supposed to be the mascot. You guys were... Some of my friends were saying that, oh, you shouldn't use Peepo. He's associated with... That's where you're wrong, Tarth. Fipo has many different expressions, and I will prove it to you here. Fipo has Import. Import the damn picture. Import the picture! You do this to me, well... Okay. FIPO has a surprised face. They have a confused face. They have a pog face. They have the neutral face, which is this one down here. And they have the frowny face. You see? They do not have resting bitch syndrome. In fact, you might notice that most people's eyes... Well, if you want to draw FIPO as an adventurer, you can, Tarth. Sheesh. Anywho, let me get the poll thing up and running. Ah, there it is. Oh, it's not connected? It's supposed to be. Ow! Alright. For our pilot poll. Okay, fine. Tarth, you didn't need to redeem a mana potion. I haven't reset us yet. I haven't even reset the adventure. Sheesh. I'll stretch. I'll unsure my back. And I'll go get some water. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I got some water. Wait, why is it all the way down there? It's supposed to be in the top left. There we go. I had my mic muted because I walked away. All right, we have one vote for no, and I know it was from Tarth because they want something else. If you guys want to change the mascot to a different animal at the end of the season, you can. And I don't mean the season of winter. Look at Discord. What is it? A lizard person? That looks cool, Tarth, but... Anywho, let's see. Is anyone else coming? We got Yuri, Emo, and Tarth here. Cool. Oh, it's a gift. Cool. Who's it for? Looks like one of the lizard men from D&D. Emma likes it. Oh, I could probably put it into our ordinary D&D campaign, Tarth. Because I'm already set up with Feepo, and Feepo's kind of the chat mascot for this, at least for this season. Last one, it was Peepo. But thanks, Tarth. Anywho. Okay, so it's at least deadlocked. Because I thought Feepo looked nice. Alright. Let me think here for a moment. Alright. There's not even emotes of the fish. Well, maybe you could help me with that. I could certainly use someone to help me make emotes. Anyway, why don't we get started? So, Feepo, you guys are currently... Let's see here. Yes, I will start us off at a town by a lakeside. Yes, that'll work just fine. We'll have a house there, and then I'll take this and we'll make it a orangish brown. Sure. Cool. Boom. Transform. No. There we go. And that'll suffice for our purposes. Alright. And see, by putting it off to the side, it looks like there's even more of them. Alright. You guys start off in the village of Berrien. It is a lakeside fishing village. The lake is a whole mile deep. It goes straight into the Underdark. It's a really, really, really deep lake. But there's a problem. Right now, the lake is frozen over. You see, this is a winter adventure. So we're going to go here, because, boom, yes. And we're going to set this to a little... It's... Well, no one ever cared that Peepo was a frog, so no one will care that you're a goldfish that walks and talks and doesn't have to go in the water. Now, you're here in this village, and you're going around and seeing that everyone is getting ready for, and I'm going to try to be respectful about this, Festivus. It is the winter holiday of this world. Now, here's a problem. The whole town of Berrien is under siege by the wicked. It is under siege by Frumple the Ice Dragon. Now, you have been summoned here to do something about Frumple the Ice Dragon. Frumple the Ice Dragon hates Festivus. And they want to, and they live in a nearby mountain, and they want to mess up anyone who tries to mess with, they want to mess up anyone who tries to, celebrate Festivus. So, we come to our first choice of the night. You have been called to Berrien to do something about the ice dragon named Frumple, who hates Festivus and is laying siege to the village to ruin the holiday. What do you do? Go straight to the pub and get wasted? Find a local authority to check in with? Beeline it for the lair of the dragon, wherever that is. Find an inn. And 5 will be other. Ah, I see. Well, okay. Vote 1 to go straight to the pub and get wasted. Vote 2 to find a local authority to check in with. Vote 3 to beeline it to the dragon, wherever that is. Vote 4 to find an inn, and vote 5 to for something else. I know how to explain this, Tarth. Feepo, the fish, runs on SpongeBob logic. Kind of. Except he doesn't dry up when he goes outside of the ocean. So, never mind then. I take back what I said. Alright, Emma, what do you vote for? Ow! Uh-oh. That is not supposed to happen. Yeah, there we go. So, I'm going to let you guys decide. Okay, so, Tarth wants to go straight to the pub and get wasted, because Tarth is a gremlin. While you guys do this, I'm going to fish for something. Vote now. We have a, we have you guys voting to see who's going to do what. I'm going to move that, actually, now that I think about it. Here we go. There we go. We have, it looks like we might have to go to a roll-off for this one. Alright. Alright, we're going to go to a roll-off. Alright. If it's low, it goes straight to a pub and get wasted. If it's high, it's go find an inn. Alright, rolling and starting and stop. Okay. You have opted to go straight to a pub and get wasted. You go to the Drippy Icicle Tavern, where you see a bunch of snow gnomes are all talking to each other, but they all seem very distressed. And I'm going to make their little drawing here. There we go, that's what I want. Alright, merge that. Now we go here, we want... They like to wear little green outfits. And for the piece de resistance, we shall have one of these. No, apparently not. Hang on. Here we go. There we go. Actually, let's make it, like, give him some ads here. We'll have it off on the side a little bit. There we go. The heck is that? Goat emoji? The heck? Okay, whatever. Anyway, there's a bunch of snow gnomes there. They're all drinking eggnog. And they're all talking to each other like... And they all notice you come in. And as they're talking to each other... here, a second. One approaches you and says... Hello there. I don't believe I've ever seen you before. My name is Burry. So I'll give them a little... Here, I'll give them a little red nickname. Goat an issue. You know, what's it called? A streamer I kind of like, Oats and Goats, does a lot of Metroid stuff. I followed some of his, or watched some of his speedruns. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, Burry approaches you. Or Burry the Snow Gnome. There we go. Burry says, what? Oh, that's right. Burry comes up and says, you look like a fish who's thirsty. Let me buy you a drink. You get smashed with Burry, and we're going to do a skill check to see how smashed you get. So, rolling, and stop. 17, okay. Way to go, Feepo. Oh, I forgot to reset your MP. There we go. You actually do pretty good. You do burn a stamina point in all the drinking, but you hang in there. So that's 17 plus 4. And Burry's like, wow, I've never seen anyone put away that much eggnog before. You're impressive. Where are you from? You tell Burry about your previous adventures and who you are, and that you were here to help with some kind of ice dragon. And Burry's like, I thought you looked like you were from out of town. And I thought you might be the person we asked to come help here. I'm wondering, though, what do you plan to do against the dragon? So, here comes a new choice. Burry asks you what you plan to do about the ice dragon. Admit you haven't thought that far ahead yet. Lie and try to look cool. Claim you cast a spell. Other. Vote now. Hey, Spiper, we're doing a holiday quest. The quest is that you are in a mountain village with a frozen lake. It's snowy. We're doing a winter type of adventure since it's December. And stop. There is a you are in a town of snow gnomes, and this town is under siege by an ice dragon named Frumple, and Frumple hates Festivus. This is the all-inclusive, Snomes. Snomes, yes. Festivus is the all-inclusive holiday for this fantasy world for December. But there's an ice dragon that hates it. Snow Goblin equals Snoblin. And yes, they're very, very picky about their art, and they are always very condescending, these Snoblins. If we're making a show or movie with snow gnomes, I'd probably cast like either Swiss or Scandinavian people, because I think they have a lot of experience with winter, so they might be able to have a cool flair, or maybe a creative designer to give like Oh, I should have made chalets instead of just regular houses. What am I doing? I should have made like Swiss chalets. Those are great for shedding snow. Alright, we're at 2 minutes and we're deadlocked. Who voted for? Tarth did. Okay, well, it looks like we're deadlocked for a 3-way deadlock. So, unless Emmo comes back and breaks the tie, we gotta, we're gonna have to do something about that. Alright, closing the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. So, we're gonna roll off. If it's, 1 to 6, it's, option 1. If it's 7 through 12, it's option 2. If it's 13 through 18, it's option 3. And if it's 19 or higher, then you just re-roll. Starting, and stop. Okay, so that should be 1 through 6, and then 7 through 12. So it's option 3, other. I see. Okay. As your other choice, you do something that's kind of a combination. You admit to what's his face, to Burry, that you don't really know anything about ice dragons, but you are here to help anyway, and that you fought all kinds of nasty stuff before. You don't really have a plan, but you're but you don't want to lose face. Burry says, I can understand that. Well, I'll tell you this much. We know where Frumble the dragon is. Frumble is on Mount Ice Eye. And it's a very treacherous climb. It's very rocky on found on Mount Yes. It's a very dangerous place to go. This is pretty much why no one's ever been able to stand up to them, is because their place is pretty inaccessible. So if you're gonna get to the dragon, you're gonna have to climb that mountain. Or if you have magic, you could probably use that. But good luck in doing that. You ask Burry if they would be able to help, and Burry's like, "Look, buddy, I'm the one who brought up in this town meeting to help hire an adventurer. Do you think I know what to do about an ice dragon?" With that, you start thinking to yourself about, well, what about the obvious solution? What about fire? And Burry says, again, we would have to get in range of Frumble if we aim to kill them. But we can't really do that very easily. They're also, when they do attack, if they attack, they bring a blizzard with them, so it becomes very hard to shoot at them. So, yes, if you can land a hit with fire, I imagine that would definitely do something against ice. If you can land the hit. This frustrates Fipo. And Fipo is thinking, okay. So, yes, fire, but you have to find the damn thing. You ask if there's a mage in town, as you're both drinking, alcoholic eggnog. And Burry says, yes, but they're the one who crafted the letter. They also don't really know what to do. They're more about, they're more of a utility mage. They don't really do a lot of combat stuff. We don't really get a lot of, these mountains are kind of treacherous, not because of wildlife or monsters. We usually just have to deal with the winters. You ask Burry why you live here. And Burry's like, may I remind you that we don't have much of a monster problem up here because of how nasty it gets. So, okay, you realize you might be having one too many eggnogs. But you start thinking to yourself, and you say, well, as you're getting kind of sloshed, and it's kind of smashed from all the eggnog, you're like, well, what if we, make the dragon come to us? And Burry's like, well, if you mean, trying to make friends with the dragon, we tried that too. Frumble hates us almost as much as they hate Festivus. So, we tried sending a message, and they never responded. But Fipo responds like, okay, I hear you, dude, because your character's getting pretty drunk by now. And Fipo's like, okay, but what if we find something they want? And Burry is like, what, you mean a gift? And Fipo's like, maybe? Okay, so now you have to come up with a plan. Okay. You need a plan to deal with Frumble. pick a plan. 1. Try to make nice by giving a gift. Try to lure it into a trap. Try trading its base and slaying it. Cast a spell to gather info. And 5 will be other. What do you do, guys? 1 is try to make nice by giving a gift. 2 is try to lure it into a trap. 3 is try infiltrating its base and slaying it. 4 is cast a spell to gather info. 5 is something else. Other. And as usual, Spiper votes for probably the most careful and sane of options, and Yuri is voting for one of the more crazy options. I'm telling you, Spiper and Yuri, you guys are like at opposite ends of the alignment chart. All right, Mo, Tarth, what do you want to vote for? You pretty much are, Spiper. Yeah, that's pretty much true. We need Tarth. Where are you? Emma, we need you as well. We're in a deadlock. Tarth. Well, we're at 2 minutes. Okay, well, we'll have to call it then, since I don't know where the others are. Alright. So be it. So be it. I'm going to close the poll then. And we'll have to go to a roll-off again. Alright, we're going to do a roll-off to see. Low is try to make nice by giving a gift. And high is try to cast a spell to get info. Start. And boop. Oh my god. Oh my god, Yuri. Okay. It looks like Yuri won that coin toss. It's time to treat this dragon like the Grinch and make their heart swell 3 sizes bigger today, which causes said heart to burst out of the dragon's chest in a bloody, gory mess. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Drunk on eggnog as you're at this I don't even remember the name of this place. At the tavern. You're like, dude, let's just like give him a gift and like totally have him like appreciate the meaning of Festivus. Maybe they hate it because they don't understand it. And Burry's like, do you really think that'll work? I mean, this is a pretty ornery dragon. It's a pretty nasty one. I don't even know if you've seen it yet, but Frumble is a pretty nasty dragon. I don't know if any gift could possibly impress this person. And you're like, no way, bro. No way, no. I got this. I'm the adventurer. Trust me. I got this. Where's like, okay. So you leave there. You leave the tavern, and you go outside, and you're like, okay, I need a gift that will melt the heart of the ice dragon. What do I do? So, chat, since there's only like a handful of us talking here, you guys got ideas? What will melt the heart of an ice dragon? We can, here what I'll do. Okay. What will impress and melt the heart, in quotes, of an ice dragon? Pick something random and hope for the best. Use magic to do research. Ask around town. 4 will be other. So, you have 4 options. Okay, Spiper's picking Ask Around Town. Yuri is saying to use magic to do research. Well, these things aren't entirely exclusive. Do we have anyone else who wants to vote? We still got about a minute and a half on the clock. Three is just more frugal. Yeah, it is a similar idea. The question is which method do you want to do? Tarth, where are you? Emo, where are you guys? Oh, did they punt? Oh. Well, when we get to 2 minutes, we'll decide. Alright, we're at 2 minutes, everybody. I'm going to close the poll. Boom. We're going to do a roll-off again. Rolling, start, and stop. Okay. So it's between. So that means it is low, therefore we do the use magic to do research. Okay. So, you cast some magic, and you realize that for a dragon of this magnitude, you should probably put in a fair amount of MP into this. You dump 7 magic points, and we're going to do a magic skill check. Rolling, and start, and stop. 18! Well done! Well, actually, that's not really a skill, so saying well done doesn't make sense, but still. Alright. You start thinking about what an ice dragon is. Who they are. You think about them liking peace and liking the cold. You think about how they live in icy places. They live in cold places. They are known to be a bit solitary. And you start to have this, you cast a spell to see what Frumble likes. Up on the high mountain, you see Frumble looking through a telescope at the village. And watching, and you see in your vision, your scrying portal, Frumble the dragon is like gnashing their teeth and watching people be happy and laugh with each other. And Frumble is like, actually, I'm gonna roll for this. How I want to take, what angle I want to take this. Okay. And the dragon's like, ugh. Why do I have to see all these people being so happy? And why are they on my mountain? This is so stupid. This is so stupid. This thing is just annoying. I hate this. 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 All I want to do is sleep. All I want to do is rest and admire the snow. I make ice sculptures, and they melt every year. I like the temporary art, but they are the ones who have to distract me. They break my concentration. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. With that, you got your answer. They're an artiste. They, like temporary art. And so, actually, well, there could be a huge quest bypass if you figure it out, but so, you realize that they appreciate art. Frumble appreciates art and is annoyed with the village distracting them from their creations. What do you do? Okay, 1. Create your own artwork and send it to the dragon. 2. Abandon the quest. 3. Create an artwork so big that the dragon will have to see an artwork, sorry, dedicated to the dragon. Go to the, you've already decided how to melt the heart. Try sending the dragon a message. 5 will be other. Alright. Vote now. 1 is create your own artwork and send it to the dragon. 2 is abandon the quest. 3 is create an artwork dedicated to the dragon, so big that the dragon will have to see it. 4 is try sending the dragon a message. 5 is other. Okay, once again, Spiper and Yuri are deadlocked. We really need Emo and Tarth in here. I don't know where they are. I mean, they're here, but they're not, like, talking. But yeah, you guys are, like, at opposite ends of the poles. Like the North Pole. Also, why am I still in my female form? Why did it... Can someone change me back, please? It's kind of cold in this outfit. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. I don't know why people keep... Well, like, at the very beginning of the stream, turn me into that female form. I don't get it. Anywho, we are at the 2-minute mark. Alright, we're gonna do it. We have to do another roll-off. Rolling and starting. And stop. Aha! You try to send the dragon a message. Because Tarth likes to troll me. They do. Yes, it's true. Alright. So here's the kicker. You think it might be a good idea to send them a message. But you realize that they never responded to the previous message. That was that Burry said they sent. So here's the question: how do you send a dragon a message that they can't just ignore or throw away or burn up or whatever? You think for a bit. You sit on a bench near the park, and you think for a bit. In fact, we're gonna do a mind check. Or a mental check. Starting, and boop, 10. That's 12. Yeah, you don't know, but you have an idea of something, and you're going to do a spirit check, because that's your big stat this season. Wow! 19 plus 7. You realize the perfect gift and perfect message to send. Dragon-sized earmuffs to prevent distraction. Now you need to find a way to get dragon-sized earmuffs. And what you do, and what you realize is, in order to send a message, you put dragon-sized earmuffs somewhere where the dragon will see it because they look at the town, and then you make a message in the snow that says, "For Frumble." Huh? But you need to find a way to make dragon-sized earmuffs. So, the challenge now comes down to you, Fipo. How do you get dragon-sized earmuffs? That's the question, isn't it? Where do you get dragon-sized earmuffs? Okay. We need to get Frumble dragon-sized earmuffs. What do we do? Attempt to make them yourself. Find that, utility mage in town. Steal all the ear muffs you can and use magic to combine them into a bigger set. Get lots of wool and make ear plugs instead. 5 will be other. Alright, here we go. A dragon wearing earmuffs is a cute image. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna, while you guys decide, I'm going to design Frumple the dragon. And to make them stand out, we're going to do one of these. All right. And now this will be the body, I think. Then this will be the head. We'll have some wings. We'll have some claws. It's very Trogdar, isn't it? But that's not exactly a bad thing. And we'll use some lighter ice for the teeth. We have some claws. And some bits here. And like a big spike on the tail, like the shape of an icicle. It's an Angie dragon. Very Angie. Much wow. Whoa, holy crud. I didn't want to do that. I want to do this. There we go. And we're just going to say it goes up there. That's no good. I messed up, but whatever. No one really cares. Oh my god. Okay, so that's Frumble. Okay, we have one vote to go find the utility mage in town. Yurei, Emo, Tarth, have you guys voted? Yuri votes for the chaotic option. Steal all the earmuffs you can and use magic to combine them into a bigger set. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more time because this is kind of the big action of this particular adventure. So I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit more time. Just in case. Because this will determine a lot of things. And we'll say this is their legs. Yeah, you're right. You really are the chaos one. Trogdar was a man. Does Santa exist? Well, honestly, Spiper, that's a huge debate that's gone on for ages. I mean, some people say he lives at the North Pole. Some say he is Sinterklaas. Some say he's Father Christmas. I mean, you believe in what you choose to believe in, Spiper. I'm going to say that. How about that? You believe what you choose to believe. Now, whether or not you mean, does Santa exist? D&D logic. Santa exists as long as he is believed in just like a D&D deity. My god, that would be amazing to make a D&D version of Santa. Okay, you know what? I kind of want to go for option 2. So for once in my life, I'm going to vote because you guys are bringing up Santa. So I'm going to vote. Wait, I voted the wrong option. I voted the wrong option. I meant to vote 2. I'm such an idiot. Okay. Whatever. It's just only a handful of people anyway, so yeah. Okay. You decide to go to the utility mage. So, just a second. Alright. There is a mage in town who wears a bunch of red. Kind of portly. No, not like that. That. And they're another snow gnome. And they wear a big pointy hat. Yeah, like one of these. And I'm going to give them one of these. Wait, what the hell? No! Not like that. And guess what? This local mage has white fringes on their hat and everything else. A little poof ball on this. They have some of that. There we go. Commissioner for the earmuffs. This is the local utility mage. They like to make stuff. Yeah, some, well, just somewhat dark. She kind of like mocha skin. You go to their house, and you see that they're busy making a whole bunch of stuff. And they notice you, and they're like, "Oh, hello there. What can I do for you? I noticed you must be the adventurer they hired to come help us from the dragon. What are you planning on doing?" And you explain that you want to make some earmuffs for the dragon because apparently it doesn't like being distracted from its art. And the mage says, unfortunately Spotify and ordinary headphones won't be invented for a few centuries. But I can probably help you make some large earmuffs. How do you plan to get to the dragon? And you explained to the Stone Gnome that you're going to make a big a message in the town park that's visible from the mountain so the dragon will have to see it. And the mage is like, "Oh, you want to bring the dragon here? That's risky, but I can understand that you're trying to give him the fair shot." Oh, hey, Tarth. Well, I can probably help you make the earmuffs, but I can't help you fight the dragon if things go south on you. So, if it goes south on you, then it's gonna have to be on you, okay? You agree, and the mage starts helping you make the earmuffs. And you get to help the mage make the giant dragon-sized earmuffs. We're gonna roll to see your skill. Starting, and boop, 12. 12 plus 7, 19. You do pretty good, but this guy is, gnome is really good. Yeah, 16, yeah, they got advantage on that. They make the giant dragon-sized earmuffs, and we're going to make them a cute green color. Is this? Yes, it is. Okay. It kind of looks like Kyle's hat from South Park. In fact, you make a big set of earmuffs, and then you decide to write the message in the snow in the town. Here comes the skill check. Boom, and stop. 14 plus 7. You do a pretty good job. And you write a message in the snow saying, "We are sorry for distracting you. Here are some earmuffs to help you concentrate." And you add a little... I'll make it red. It's more festive that way. You make that message in the snow. And the mage is elsewhere. And I'm going to roll to see what does the dragon think. The dragon gets offended, and the dragon swoops down and looks at you and says, "Do you really think a set of earmuffs would impress me, Frumble the Great Dragon?" Hang on a second. "I am the master of Mount Ice Eye. I control blizzards. I control the winds of winter. And you think a mere bauble is enough to impress me? The thought of it. How dare you?" The dragon scene is putting up a grumpy, mean front. God dang it! I was looked away from OBS. What the hell? What the heck was that? I don't know what that was. I just got a bunch of stuff thrown at me at once. Okay. The dragon is really grumpy and being a bad sport. what do you do? Insist that they at least try the ear muffs on before rendering judgment. Persuasion. Challenge them to something, and if they lose, they gotta leave the town alone. Intimidation. Lie and say that the earmuffs are powerful and will wipe out the stupid town with their stupid cone hats. And then we'll say attack, cast a spell, and other. Well, it was 6-option poll. Alright, everybody. What's it going to be? So, 1 is insist that they at least try the earmuffs before rendering judgment, persuasion. 2 is challenge them to something, and if they lose, they have to gotta leave the town alone, intimidation. Lie and say that the earmuffs are powerful and will wipe out the stupid town with their stupid cone hats, bluff. 4 attack, 5 cast a spell, 6 is other. What's it gonna be? We have 1 vote for persuasion. What's it gonna be, everybody? We need those votes. Oh my god, in the spirit of the holidays, Yuri and Spiper actually agree on something. Holy crap. Unbelievable. The heck is that emote? Haha ball. Okay. That's awesome. Any other votes? We're at 2 minutes, so I'm gonna get ready to close soon. Voting going once, going twice, going thrice, going tetrice, going pentice, going sextice, going septice, going octice, going nonice, going dectice. Okay, votes are in. You decide to try persuading them. Here goes nothing. It all comes down to this big skill roll, everybody. Here we go. Rolling, 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 rolling. 11 plus skill check of 4, 15. He rolled a 3. The dragon's like, oh, look, I don't understand what you think one of your gifts could possibly mean to me, but just to prove how futile your efforts are, I will still try it on. See? And as he tries the earmuffs on, he's like, oh, it's really quiet. I can't hear a thing. I can't hear your singing. I can't hear your talking. I can't hear your walking. I can't hear your acting. The dragon looks at you and looks at everyone else and realizes it takes the headphones off real quick and then puts it back on. Takes them off, puts them on. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. It was that simple the whole time? Oh, I am such an asshole. I am such a jerk. The dragon is humiliated it says, okay. Thanks. Don't tell anyone about this. Bye. Oh. The dragon disappears with the headset. A bunch of gnomes pop out of their things, out of their buildings. And Burry runs up to you and says, I think you did it! And everyone starts celebrating. And even the mage comes by and says, well, I guess it goes to show you that sometimes with the Festivus spirit, Burry says, no, do not belabor the point. Fipo is not an idiot, I think. They got the point. And the mage is like, oh, but I wanted to wrap this up with a nice, wholesome moral. Aw. And Burry's like, no one does that anymore. Those are ham-fisted and lame. But we thank you for what you've done. We will pay you as well, but we invite you to come party with us for the Festivus. Okay, you are invited to a Festivus festival. What do? Okay, you have 4 options on the board. Option 1 is get crunk. Option 2 is bow out mysteriously. Option 3 is cast a spell. Option 4 is other. What's it gonna be, everybody? Sniper's casting a spell. And both Yuri and Tarth vote for get crunk. Party! I'm sorry, Spiper. I think you might be out. I think our holiday miracle lasted 1 vote. I'm sorry, Spiper. Emo, you're back. We kind of finished the adventure. It was a short one today, but it was holiday themed. We made earmuffs for the ice dragon. I'll show you the picture real quick. Why? Why? Why would you do this? I was being nice to you. You guys made earmuffs for the dragon, and it liked them because now it didn't have to listen to everybody. And it was because it turns out sound travels faster in water, and ice is water. Thanks. I mean, I scrawled it together, but Tarth, you don't need to use a K in that word there, buddy. That's not the right version of that word. Anyway, so we have but as a celebration, you will be paid, but also, yes, ice is a solid, and yes, correct. So the whole time, the dragon hated this festival because it couldn't help but hear it, and it was distracting it from its art projects, and it really likes making art. Now, you vote, everyone has voted to get crunk at the party instead of bow out mysteriously or cast a spell. So, Spiper, I'm sorry, but the holiday miracle of you and Yuri actually agreeing on something lasted 1 vote, I'm afraid. Anyway, we're going to finish up here. Boop. So you decide to get turned up with everybody at the festival. Everyone's partying, it's the Festivus evening. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's getting smashed. Everyone's eating and gobbling themselves silly. Everyone's singing and dancing. Everyone's happy. Whee! Look how happy everyone is. Everyone's happy. And then you see something. You hear wing beats on the cold air, winter air, and you see the dragon. And the dragon lowers an ice sculpture. An ice sculpture at the thing, and then it immediately flies off, because the dragon happens to be a tsundere. But there is an ice sculpture of, guess who? Of you! It is an ice sculpture of you, Fipo. And they made an ice sculpture dedicated to you. So I'm going to get rid of the other snow gnomes and say they're off partying. But the snow mage, or the snow gnome mage, and, wait. They made an ice sculpture dedicated to you. So with that, the dragon has come to peace with this. Get the dragon to do a backflip. What does that have to do with anything? Anyway, with that, you saved the village, you got turned up at the party, and even the dragon gave you a gift. Happy holidays, everybody. It's a short one today because I kind of wanted to hang out with my family. But happy holidays, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our tiny little holiday adventure. Whoops, wrong one. This one. So, anyway, it wasn't a very long session, only a single hour long, but I thought you guys might enjoy a little holiday. Thank you so much, Piper. Yes, I encourage everyone to have a wonderful holiday season. I'm not going to be streaming next week because my mom asked me to... all she wants for Christmas is playing family games every night of Christmas vacation. So I intend to do that. So I'm not going to be streaming next week. But I wish you all to have a happy holidays, a happy new year, and I hope you guys all are able to get everything you want out of this. It's been a rough year for basically everybody that I know. Almost everybody I know has had a rough year this year. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I hope that these last few weeks are able to make a dent in the impact this year has had. I hope that you're able to have a good holiday season despite everything that's happened this year. I hope you have a good time and you get everything you could want out of this season. Happy holidays, one and all. Let's raid somebody. This. Our raid message will be ho ho ho, ho ho, happy holidays. That'll be the raid message. So copy and paste that when we find someone to raid. Let's go to Twitch. We need to find someone to raid now. So let's say following, because if I raid a stranger, they'll just be weirded out. Let's see here. Who should we raid? Anyone I actually know? All these big streamers are going, but they don't want a little guy like me. How about Wheeler Fox? They have like 4. What do you guys think of Wheeler Fox? They're playing Wild Assault. What do you guys think? Yay? Nay? I'm thinking yay. All right, we're gonna raid Wheeler Fox. Starting a raid. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you next year, probably. And I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Stay safe, everyone. And you are all important people to someone on this planet. And I am happy to have you as part of my chat. Thank you. To all and to each, happy holidays. Farewell.